We've got a lot to get through in today's video, like an awful lot. So trailer 2 is going to be coming soon, or the game is delayed. And in this video, I'm going to lay out all of the evidence. Now, of course, I've done lots of trailer 2 videos, but it's been a very long time since I've actually gone through all of the information, laid it out from start to finish, and hopefully this video can serve as the definitive video which explains everything from start to finish. So let's start off with the magazine. Game Informer have been bought by Gunzilla, and they're no longer part of GameStop. Now, for those that aren't quite up to speed, Rockstar used to give Game Informer the first dibs on GTA news. And before social media was as big as it is today, Rockstar would do all of their large publications through Game Informer. And no, this isn't just a magazine writing about games. These were world exclusive announcements. Rockstar even shared their publications to their newswire. Rather than putting all of the GTA 5 details out themselves, they gave all of the information to Game Informer for them to do it in a big publication. The GTA editions of Game Informer are now collectibles, and Game Informer announced yesterday on their YouTube that they'll be bringing back the physical magazines. This, of course, means that they'll probably sell millions of the GTA 6 copy of the magazine. For a business that closed down just a couple of months ago and supposedly wasn't making any money, this is an awfully convenient time for them to return. You will notice that for as long as Rockstar have had multiple trailers in their campaign cycles, Game Informer's press releases usually come just after or around the same time of the second trailer. So I feel confident in saying Game Informer's return around the time of the biggest video game release in history is no coincidence, especially when they've only been shut down for around 6 months. Now, for this part of the video, before I get to the juicy stuff, I need to say a quick thank you to today's video sponsor. This video is brought to you by Costway. My office is my sanctuary, but making it look as nice as it does shouldn't have to cost an arm and a leg. Luckily, we have Costway, an affordable yet high quality online store where you can get your home and office equipment from. Now, you may have seen for the past few weeks there's been a mini fridge in the back of all of my videos. Now, this mini fridge was actually sent to me by Costway. Now, Costway is an online store where you can get anything for your home, office, or whatever else. They literally do everything you could need for your perfect office setup. This mini fridge has been really useful because recording and talking a lot, especially doing podcasts, I need a lot of water. Well, luckily for me, I can just open this mini fridge and grab myself a water. And the best thing about it is they're not even that expensive. In fact, one of the greatest things about Costway is the value for money on everything on their store. And I also wanted to see how cold this bad boy gets. Well, I managed to freeze Coke Zero in a fridge. With loads of different temperature settings, you can definitely get it dialed in properly. Of course, a massive thank you to Costway for sponsoring this video, and make sure you all tag me in your products on social media. I'd love to see what you bought. Now, let's get back to the video. Right, the next topic for us to talk about is the Zesty situation. So to get you up to speed on this one, a user has been posting the 25th of March on Reddit for a few months. And for some reason, this drove a lot of people crazy. Well, of course, on the 25th of March, nothing happened. But I just want to add this because it's something I spoke about on Twitter. My comment section is usually where people drop their predictions, usually followed with something like "mark my words" or something ominous like that. I've had people commenting the same dates over and over again for a year, and they aren't insiders, they've just been wrong. If we're going to latch onto fun little theories, which of course we can, it is good fun, let's try and choose ones that have actually more credibility than man on Reddit post date for a few months. I understand that some of my videos may be a reach, but that is a reach. This brings us to something that I think is a little bit more tangible, and this is what I've been doing for the past couple of days, and some of you guys that follow me on Twitter may notice. For the past few weeks, I've had people message me saying that Sony is preparing a back-end page to go live soon on the PlayStation Store. Now, the people that messaged me were not associated with each other, they're not related to each other in any way, and this isn't something that myself and the other creators that they spoke to have published, because we wanted to see, rather than feeding into it, we wanted to see if more people came out the woodworks to tell us the same thing. Myself and many other creators in the GTA space, we have our own sources, and sometimes our sources tell us slightly different things, but when a few people talk to a few of us and tell us the same thing, that probably means that something's more likely to be true. So what these sources have been saying to myself and a few other people is that on the back end of the Sony store, the PlayStation Store, apparently there has been a GTA 6 page being prepared. So this is usually like the pre-order or wish list page that pops up whenever you search for a game on the PlayStation Store. Now, the information we've received has been broken down into two parts. One, that Sony is preparing something for the PlayStation Store, and two, the second most common piece of information that came out is that it was due to go live on the 25th, which of course didn't happen. In most instances, that would be enough for me to discount the information, but because we have 2 bits of information there, the fact that Sony's doing it, and then the date that that's due to go live, so far only one of them has been proven as wrong, which is the 25th. Now, when games are listed on the PlayStation Store for pre-order or wish listing, some games developers list this years in advance. Some do it months in advance, but most do it when the release date has been officially announced. And for Rockstar, they usually announce their release days around the second tier of their marketing. This is when they drop their second trailer and of course do their press releases through Game Informer. Now, are my sources on this topic reliable? Initially, I wasn't so sure, but after discounting the first couple of messages about it, I actually started hearing rumours from other accounts that have a track record for getting hold of inside information, and a few of these accounts were all hinting at the same thing. Now, I dropped a post on Twitter to see if anyone has any more information, and of course stated that this isn't confirmed. For me, it got to the point where I was hearing enough rumours and enough murmurings happening that I needed to have a public post out there so people had an opportunity to contact me, obviously confidentially, to see if anything they said corroborated the information. Now, in my post I actually left out quite a bit of information because I wanted to see if anyone else brought that information to light. Rather than me putting it out there and letting people fabricate stuff, I missed some bits out intentionally. Now, a few people came forward that had some credibility and confirmed the first point. Now, of course, when I put this post out, 2 things happened. The first thing was, of course, people got angry, and I do need to add, guys, it is just a game. Like, chill out. I don't understand some of these messages. Wild, but hey, welcome to the internet. But the second thing that happened was that people did reach out, and a few people came forward that had some credibility and confirmed the first point, that Rockstar and Sony were preparing something on the back end of the PlayStation Store. But in terms of the date to go live, no one actually knew, so the 25th of March was baseless. However, this post also brought out some more people that wanted to talk to me, and a lot of these people were games developers from other games development studios, and they've all said that the pre-order pages or the marketing and wishlist pages on the PlayStation Store usually get added to the back end a week or so before an announcement is made, so they can proof the landing page for different screen sizes, different aspect ratios, and of course just test out that everything's working properly. And of course it means that all they've got to do is make the page live when the announcement comes out. Now, all of this was happening over the past few days, and of course I've been waiting for more information before I made this video, so that's why we're here now. If the sources are correct about stuff happening on the PlayStation Store, and the developers that I spoke to are correct about stuff happening about a week in advance, that leads us to April the 1st. Now, I've always been against an announcement from Rockstar on April the 1st, because although April Fool's Day is funny, it just didn't seem like a good time for Rockstar to drop info where no one would believe it. If someone said to me on April the 1st, by the way, Rockstar's dropped trailer 2, I wouldn't believe it, and I'm sure loads of people wouldn't even bother searching for it either. But contextually speaking, Game Informer announcing they're coming back, the sources I spoke to, the developers I spoke to, and the GTA Online t-shirt, and if you remember in 2023, Rockstar dropped a t-shirt that had One Day Will Reveal All on it, and of course it had the trailer 1 date in it and another date on it, April the 1st, 2025. With all of this contextual information in mind, April the 1st is looking very, very promising at the moment. This, of course, adds to the compounding effect, the fact that October is rolling in fast. Game Informer have the dates on their website provisionally marked as October, and Take-Two have their next earnings call in about 5 to 6 weeks. Now, during this earnings call, they're going to have to go over their full fiscal 26 predictions, but they also need to have something to back it up. Now, fiscal 26 is the financial year for 2025 going into 2026, and that starts on April the 1st. So, when is trailer 2? Well, I'm going to say I'm 90% sure it's going to be in the next 4 to 5 weeks. If it's not, we'll have to go back to what I previously said about the potential for the game to get pushed back. In December of 2023, according to Jason Schreier, the game was predicted to release in spring of 2025. Then in May of 2024, that date was pushed back to fall 2025, which was revealed during the Take-Two Interactive's earnings call mid-May last year. And just because the timelines were pushed back from the pandemic, and of course there was the internal delay that we heard about last year, that doesn't mean it can't get pushed back again. But hopefully that doesn't happen. So, if everything's on track and everything is going as planned, we will be receiving a trailer within the next 5 weeks. Now, you guys that have been watching my channel for a long time know that I try to stay away from saying I believe something to be true when it's just speculation, because At the end of the day, what we're doing now is just speculation. But guessing and speculation are very different things. Speculation and theorizing usually comes with a form of having something to go off. And in this instance, I feel like we have a lot to go off. There is some contextual information here that can actually draw us towards this trailer 2 day. So that's my definitive prediction. I firmly believe to a decent extent, a 90% extent, that in the next 4 to 5 weeks, definitely within the next 5 weeks, we should be getting trailer 2 or a delay announcement. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, please make sure to like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Hopefully you guys can help me make that happen, and I'll see you all in the next one.
Everything that we do exclusive, make sure that it's all inclusive. I was taught make no excuses. As a man, you can't be useless. Man up cause these people ruthless. Hoes down, these thoughts clueless. Lobster Mac, I'm up at roof. Chris, from my tone, you peep the smoothness. In this world, you get the loot. Then your dreams is gonna be lucid. Fool me one time, shame on you. Second time, you gonna be foolish.